While tariffs have drawn a lot of attention, many people are still uncertain about how they will be affected.
An analysis from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce examined the unexpected cost increases of various summertime essentials from baseball gloves to fishing reels and found that summer fun will cost a lot more this year. Joining us to share more is Neil Bradley from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce.
It's supposed to be a time about slowing down, having fun with family and friends. And that often means lighting up the barbecue grill or grabbing your fishing rod, going on a bike ride with your kids, or throwing some cold ones in a cooler. But the grills, the bicycles, the fishing rods, the coolers, they've all had a tax imposed upon them called a tariff. And this is nothing more than a sales tax imposed by the federal government that makes those things more expensive. You know, there was a survey done of businesses there in West Virginia, and it said that over the last 2 weeks, 36% report that they're paying more for the things that the business buys. Ultimately, what that means is that cost increase, that tariff, that tax gets passed along to West Virginia families. It's literally a tax on summer fun in the form of these tariffs. These tariffs are pretty sizable. They range from 10% to nearly 60%, depending on the country that it's coming from or what the good is. Now, many of us, we're used to sales taxes, right? So you go into a store, you buy an item, you have a sales tax when you're checking out. Imagine a sales tax that ranges from 10% to nearly 60% on the things that you buy. And businesses, they're buying that cooler, that fishing rod to sell to you at the end of the day. They're getting hit with that tax increase. And of course, ultimately, that means higher prices. We tend to think about imports and we're like, oh, those must be really big companies. Well, the truth is that 97% of people who import things into the United States are small businesses, about 242,000 of them spread out all over this country. And they don't have huge profit margins. They don't have big lines of credit. They're struggling just to keep their business operating. And when you hit them with a 10%, a 25%, a 50% tax increase on the things that they need to run their business, well, it puts the very livelihood of that small business in jeopardy. And we're hearing tragic stories of small businesses that are on the verge of bankruptcy because of these higher tariffs, and something has to be done. The interesting thing is there's a pretty simple solution. And what we've proposed to the Trump administration is simply exempt small businesses from the tariff. If you're one of those 242,000 small businesses who import things, we should just give you an automatic exemption. Let you get back to worrying about how you run your business, figuring out how you provide great goods and services to your customers, not figuring out how you pay a massive new tax bill to the federal government. This could be done with the stroke of a pen. It's what we've proposed to the administration, and we're hopeful something's going to be done to help these small businesses. I hope your viewers today, I hope they'll go to uschamber.com/tariffs. That's uschamber.com/tariffs. There you can find out how these tax increases are affecting summer essentials, back to school supplies, and everything in between. You can also learn how we can help protect small businesses all across this country. That's uschamber.com/tariffs.